Hello and welcome to another installment video of Math Tutoring Live, step by step. Hey, math is easy step by step. So what I wanted to do here today was I'm going to create a two-part video. Part one is how to solve a different type Pythagorean theorem problem. As you can see here, we're going to solve for A in this example. The last example we solved for the hypotenuse C. So in this first part, I'll go through the steps on how to solve for A. And then in the next video, part two, I'm going to show you how to check your answers. So as you're taking these exam problems, you'll know that you got the answer correct. All right, so let's take a look. Again, here is the formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared, right? We don't know the leg value of A. So we're just going to put a question mark. The leg value here of B is 10. And the hypotenuse, as you can see here, C equals 12. Hey, what we're going to do is just substitute the values given into the formula. And step by step, we're going to solve the formula for A. So, hey, I just want to say if I'm going too fast, this is a video. You can stop it, pause it, rewind it, watch it again as many times as you need. Okay, so for step one, again, we're going to substitute those values into the formula. We don't know what A is, so it's going to stay A squared. B value is 10, so we're going to substitute that here. And our C, the hypotenuse value, is 12. That's step one. Step two, hey, let's go ahead and let us simplify using PEMDAS. Remember? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. This is the order of operations. Parentheses are first. Then we do exponents. Multiply, divide is next. Add and subtract after that. So I'm just going to continue to bring down this A squared value because there's not much I can do to simplify. I know 10 squared is 10 times 10. Don't make the mistake of thinking it's 10 times 2. When you have any value to the power of 2, it's that term times itself. Now the power of 3 would be its terms times itself 3 times. And then the power of the 4, you multiply the term 4 times, on and on and on. And here we have 12 to the power of 2, which is 12 times 12. 12 times 12 is 144. 10 times 10 is 100. Again, we're going to solve for A, so there's not much to do there. Let's go ahead and step three. Hey, we're going to use the inverse operation, right? Inverse just means opposite, right? We're going to use the opposite operation to isolate the variable A. First, we're going to have to subtract 100 from both sides of the equal sign. So I'm showing you this step here. What's the opposite or the inverse of adding 100? It's subtracting 100. What you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do to the other side. Positive 100 minus 100 is 0. You're left with A squared on the left side of the equal sign. 144 minus 100, you're left with 44 on the right side of the equal sign. We have one more step we need to take here. We have to isolate the A variable. So we want to eliminate this power of 2. The inverse operation to this power of 2 is to take the square root. But what you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do to the other side of the equal sign. So let's go ahead and take a look here at step 4. Square root both sides. Whoops. There we go. Square root both sides. So I'm going to square root A squared. I'm going to square root the side of 44. And that's what you see here in this step. In order to free up any term outside of these radicals, you need a perfect pair. If you missed my video, go back and watch the video on how to simplify radicals manually without using a calculator. It will help you here with this particular step. So A squared is A times A equals 44 breaks down to 2 times 2 times 11. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 11 is 44. So these are the least common multiples here. These are the least common factors. And so these numbers multiply to 44. Now, hey, let's simplify these two terms. I've got 2 perfect pairs inside the square root. And in a square root, you only need two perfect terms or two of the same terms, like a perfect square, in order to pull out one value. So this is a square root. They don't show the little 2 up here because it's supposed to be given. But if this was a cubed root, they'd show a 3. A fourth root, they'd show a 4. And the same thing applies. In a cubed root, you need 3 of the same terms to pull just one value outside of the radical. Now, whatever you pull outside of the radical, you're going to have to multiply with what's in front of that radical. Here, there's nothing but an invisible 1. So I'm going to multiply a times 1, and I'm going to get a all by itself. Let's move over here to the radical with the multiples inside. So 2, I have a perfect pair of 2's, or 2 times 2 is just 4. 4 is a perfect square, so I can pull out 1, 2 value, right? So a pair of 2's means I can pull out one value. And again, I got to multiply that 2 times whatever value is outside this radical. 2 times 1 is 2. Now the 11 is a loner. It doesn't have a pair, so it must stay inside the radical. And as you can see here, a is by itself. We pulled that 2 outside the radical because we had a pair of 2's, and the 11 stays on the inside. What does this mean? This here means 2 times the square root of 11. So using your calculators, you can simplify this value even further. Let me show you that here and now. Okay, there we go. Clear, clear, clear. You want to clear out your calculator. You're going to end up with a different value. So I'm going to take 2. I'm going to multiply it times the square root of 11 to get the simplified value. Clear, clear, clear. 2 times. Now for me on my calculator, I'm going to have to hit the shift button so I can hit that square root button. But I first must punch in the square root value, which is 11. Then I'll hit shift, my square root value. I'm not done yet. I still have to hit equal, so the multiplication takes place. The 3.316 you see here is just the square root value of 11. Now you need to hit the equal sign down here to perform the multiplication times 2. And that gives us a simplified further value of 6.63. 3249581. I'm going to stop here at the 3 because the term to the right is not 5 or larger. So I can just stop here. 6.63 is a simplified version of 2 times the square root of 11. Of course, either answer on a multiple choice would be correct. Hey, this is Math Made Easy, tutoring live, step by step. Hey, I hope you found this video helpful. Now, stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to show you how to check your answer to make sure that you've got this correct on any exam. Thank you for being here. Take care.